loved one? I'm taking care of my loved one with dementia? I think that's the response that some people have when they're reading an article or they're reading a book or they're listening to someone and they're talking about, taking care of your loved one, and then all of the acronyms are LO and LOWD and all of that. Anyway, they're always seem to be prefaced beforehand. They're always saying something about your loved one with dementia. Well, I've been in the game long enough to know that not everybody is taking care of somebody that they love. They're just not. It's just the reality of the caregiving journey. Sometimes you're taking care of your parent, you're taking care of an aunt or an uncle or a husband or a wife that you are, or an ex-husband or an ex-wife. I have seen that happen where, there is some love lost. There absolutely is some love lost, and you don't feel loving, you don't feel that you can really call yourself a loved one or call them a loved one. It's a complicated journey. So I want you to know that I hear you. I understand that. I get it. I have heard enough to know that there are some really, really horrible people and some rough people and some people who made very, very bad choices in the way that they handled the relationship with you, and now they have dementia and they don't have anybody else to take care of them. I mean, that absolutely happens. There are people in this world, I say that old people don't get mean people get old. That's what I say. And you don't necessarily have a healthy relationship with those people because of the bridges that they burned in the past. Am I talking to you? Let me just tell you, if I'm talking to you, hit that like button and just let me know. I really want to know by number, and that little thumbs up doesn't record you in any kind of way. It doesn't record your name or when you watch this video or anything like that. It just says, sister, you're talking my language. So give me a like if you like this. So I try to be very respectful of each and every relationship of a caregiver. So in my practice, I have in the past, and you may have seen me refer to it in a video, but for the most part, I try to refer to your person with dementia, people with dementia, your person with dementia. I try to use that kind of language because that to me feels more inclusive. Everybody that you're taking care of, everybody with dementia is a person with dementia, and it doesn't add any more expectation to the term than just the facts, right? So I understand it. I get you. I understand the dynamic. It's a very, very, very difficult dynamic. And it's something that I have seen across my practice. I think sometimes people feel isolated and they think, oh, well, people are saying, oh, well, she must have been so good to you for you to be able to take care of her like you do. And inside, you're thinking, honey, if you only knew. And sometimes it's just that there's just been some water under the bridge. I mean, it's not that they're necessarily a bad person in some cases. It's just the relationship that you have had with that person has been strained and difficult. And maybe you have been estranged for several years. And, somebody maybe calls you in and says, hey, your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle, your grandmother has nobody to take care of her. And we really have noticed a decline, and she really doesn't need to be independent any longer. So, because of your relationship, because of your history, because of whatever, you're the one put on the spot to now be the caregiver. And you have accepted that role for whatever reason, because you're a good person, because your religion dictates it, because your community dictates it. I mean, whatever. There's some reason why you have been put upon, and it feels like you have been put upon. It feels like that you have been called into service in a way that you would not want to perform service. But who else is going to do it? You feel like you have to do it, and it's not somebody you love. So that's just what I want to say, is that I know that some of you are in very loving, wonderful, sweet, kind, good relationships with the people that you take care of. But for a section of people, that's not their truth, and that's not the way they would describe their relationship. So I just want you to know that I know and I hear you, and I'm willing to talk to anybody about that situation. You can reach me through, the best way really is either through a, probably the best way would be to come over into the group, Facebook group. It is Dementia with Grace, caregiver support group over on Facebook, and I always put a link down below, so you'll have that link. Come on over there, and let me tell you won't be alone over there either. There's lots of people who say, who have said, I have a difficult relationship with my fill in the blank, and I'm here to learn about how to give my best caregiving, but it's not an ideal situation. Let's face it, very few things are an ideal situation, right? So come on over and join the group. You can reach me through there through a private message. That's probably the best. I do have an email, but let me tell you, I get so much, junk and crap through that email that I can't sometimes filter through, who is sending me a real message and who is just spamming the email. So the group would be the best way to contact me. Just know that you're not alone. Know that there are people out there that understand the dynamic, the difficult family dynamics that exist on the caregiving journey, and I'm one of those people, okay? All right. I will talk to y'all later. I love y'all so much, each and every person that is on this caregiver journey, even the mean, old, crotchety people. In fact, I may love them the most. So anyway, all right. I love y'all. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.